Ooh, we are live. We are live. Hey, ladies. Hey,
Hey
hey, hey.
everyone.
We are here on a Monday. So, y'all know this has to be special because we never go live on Mondays. So, you know, today is special. And today we have Miss Olivia Grace with us. She is a powerful manifestation coach. So Olivia, can you say hi to the ladies?
Absolutely. Hello, ladies. I'm so glad to have you guys tonight. And Kiaria and I are going to be sharing our stories with you guys and give you guys some details about our boot camp coming up. And we're super hyped. We've been planning it and really planning on giving you guys some great content as always, and really giving you guys some hope and faith and belief in yourself that your dreams can become a reality. So I'm really excited. I love this kind of talk. I love uplifting people, encouraging people. So I'm excited to be here with Kiaria.
Yes. So ladies, stay to the end. Hey, stay to the end, all the way to the end, because we're going to be telling you about our 3-day manifestation boot camp that we're going to be having coming up within the next 2 weeks. And it's going to ignite your purpose. Okay. Hey, it's going to ignite your purpose. So I'll go ahead and start and I'll share a little bit of my story. So, how did I begin in entrepreneurship? Woo! Since I was born, I believe. But no, seriously, I went to the University of South Florida in Tampa, and I graduated there with a bachelor's degree in 2013. So my bachelor's degree is in interdisciplinary social science. So my passion was to serve and help um, foster children. That's what I wanted to do, right? So I didn't end up doing that. So right after college, it was very hard for me to find a job. So I worked in property management for 7 years, and then I became a real estate agent. And then I traveled overseas in Dubai, and I worked on a deployment military base. And then I came back. So I have had a lot of jobs. And honestly, just being in corporate, it just wasn't working out for me. I remember a time when I had a manager. I had came to him, it was one of my coaching sessions, and he said, Kiera, what do you want to do in this company? Where do you want to go in this company? And I looked at him, right? And I was like, well, I want to be the executive assistant to the CEO. And he sat back, crossed his arms, and looked at me, and he said, why would you want to do that? Whoa. He said, why would you want to do that? Right there, that just triggered something inside of me. Okay. So I replied back to him because at the time, the company I was working for was a female CEO of the company. So I wanted to work under her leadership. So that's why, I wanted to be the executive assistant to her, to work under her leadership. So right then, that really discouraged me. It really lowered my confidence. It just made me feel like I wasn't good enough. Like I wasn't good enough to work for the CEO of the company, to be her executive assistant. So that really started to deter me from corporate America. And then I was with another company. I was with another company. I was speaking with my supervisor about some policies that I felt like that needed to be changed. And I was just advocating for myself, and I was advocating for the community of employees because they were all having trouble with this one policy. And so here go me trying to advocate. And so I was speaking with my supervisor, and she's like, Kiera, you cannot create world peace. Wow. Really? You know, I was just advocating for a policy that needed to be changed. And then soon after that, I became a target at work. So that created a hostile work environment just because I wanted a policy to be changed. So I made a decision right then and there. I will create world peace in my world. I will create world peace in the world of other women. I will do that. I will do that. And so ever since then, like, I felt like my voice wasn't being heard. I felt like I was underpaid. I felt like I was undervalued. And I had so much education, and I just felt frustrated. I felt stuck. You know, I felt like every day I was just getting up, going to work, getting up, going to work, and I wasn't really living, right? So one day I decided, I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with corporate. I'm done with all of this. And so I went and I got some images, right? I got some images out of a magazine. I started cutting them up. I'm mad. I am mad. So I started cutting these images up. I'm cutting the images up, and they were all images of places that I wanted to travel to, right? So I took those images and I put them all over my desk. And everybody at work, they're like, "Oh my God, Kiera, you have such beautiful images on your desk." I'm like, I do. I do. I do. And so, and then I put a date on there. And it was January 2019 or 2018. Yeah, I put the date on my desk. And so that was the date I was quitting my job, and I was going to travel the world for a year. So I worked 16-hour days. I worked day and night to be able to save so I can travel the world for a year. And I knew I needed to make additional income. So I ended up going to get my teacher certification when I was in Thailand to be able to teach in Thailand. So I'll have some income coming in while I travel. So that began my whole entrepreneurship journey. Yes. Thank you. Somebody said I feel such a sense of freedom over your life. Yes, like I felt like my chains were broken. I felt like I was stuck to the desk. One day I had came to work, and this was the defining moment. I came to work and I received all these emails. And when I received these emails, I just started crying. My anxiety was high. I'm crying. I called my cousin. My cousin was like, "Don't let these people get to you. You're great. You know, you're a great worker. You show up on time. You do what you're supposed to do. Don't let them get to you." Right? So, and this is all going on this year, right? So I have the group and everything. So one day I just decided, you know what? Enough is enough. And in July, I fully quit my job. I walked out and I was done. I was done with feeling like I wasn't enough. I was done feeling stuck. I was done being chained to a job that I was not even happy with. I was just done with it. So now I'm a full-on entrepreneur. Yes, I make my own checks. I have multiple streams of income coming in because that's how I designed my business, so I can have multiple streams of income. So I've been able to pay my bills successfully, okay, for the last, what has it been, like July, August, September? So for the last 3 months, I've been full-time entrepreneurship. So that is my entrepreneurship story. How about you, Olivia?
That was so awesome and so encouraging. And I just want to point out how those times when we are in the work field, that when we feel diminished and we feel like our worth is not being valued, you know, our work ethic, what we put into things is not being valued. Those moments, you guys, because I know so many people, Kiara and I both, we've been in that workplace where we're like, this is not what I want. People, they're not respecting me, and I know that I'm worth so much more, and I know I have so much more to offer to the world. You know, it's those moments when you're down, y'all, that makes you get up and say, this is not it for me, and it makes you create something else. And so my story is similar. The first time I knew I wanted to be my own boss was after my first job. I was working in a restaurant as a hostess. I was actually working with my best friend's, it was my best friend's dad's restaurant. And he was, you know, telling us what to do. Obviously, that's what a boss does. But for me, I just didn't like it. I was like, oh yeah, I don't like how you talking to me. I don't like, you don't want me to take days off. I don't like this constriction. I didn't like that. And I remember talking to my parents and, you know, complaining to them about it. And they were like, well, Olivia, you know, that is how work is, you know, that's what it's like until you are your own boss, that's what you're going to deal with. And right there in that moment, I said, oh, well, then I need to figure out how to be my own boss because that's not going to work for me. You know, that's not going to work for me. So I went to school. I studied psychology. I studied early childhood education. I studied biology. I studied all this stuff trying to figure out, because I really wanted to make money, but I wanted to do something I was passionate about. I didn't want to be miserable my whole life just to make a check. But I also didn't want to do my passion and be a struggling, starving artist, basically, you know? So I ended up dropping out of college and I ended up serving tables, and I served tables for 7 years. And serving tables, I mean, it's an experience. It's good money, you know, it's good money, but dealing with people, when people as a server and as a waitress, people see you as a servant. They see you as beneath them and they talk to you rude. They, you know, sometimes you don't get tips, so you do all this work for absolutely nothing. It's just, it's not the best work environment to be in. And for me, I also just felt disappointed in myself, you know, because I've always known that I was supposed to do great things. I've always known that I was supposed to impact the world. And one thing that was big for me too was letting my parents down. My parents really kind of, you know, they did so much for me, my brother, and my sister. They really tried to pave the road for us as best as they could. And I felt like, wow, I'm doing literally nothing with that. And I really, really wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to be able to take care of them in the way that they've taken care of me my whole life. That was because I don't have any babies, you know, so that was my why. That was my reason to not just settle for less, because to be honest, you know, a lot of people get stuck in the serving industry because it's really good money, y'all. You know, it's good money, it's flexible, it's cool. So it's easy to just say, okay, you know, this is it. But I just didn't want to stop there. I wanted to fulfill my passion and my purpose. And so, yeah, that's really what led me to being an entrepreneur. I knew that I love talking to people. Like I said, I went to school for psychology. I was going to be a counselor, a marriage counselor specifically, because I like to help people with relationships. I found out about manifestation. I found out about the law of attraction. And I honestly, in that moment, I became a coach in that moment. Before I even knew anything about coaching, every person, it's funny, there are people still way back when I was working at Olive Garden, which was like 2015. You know, even then, people were telling me, the stuff that you're telling us is changing my life. My life is changing. My view is changing. Everything's changing. And so, you know, it's funny too. I remember being in high school and talking to people, and I would talk to people and tell them, you know, hey, you should do this. And if you do, it's going to help you. If you do this opposite thing, it's not going to help you. It's going to be worse. And they'd be like, yeah, you're right. Of course, I'm going to do what you say. Come back the next day. Oh, Olivia, I didn't do what you said. I did the opposite of what you said. And the bad thing happened. And I remember just that happening over and over and over and over. And I just got to the point where I got frustrated. I'm like, I'm wasting my energy talking to people and nobody's listening to me. And I was like, you know what? One day people are going to pay for my advice. People are going to pay to hear me speak, because I'm not just going to be wasting my mouth, my words, my energy on people that don't take heed. You know, fine, if you don't want to take heed, don't, but you're going to pay me for that. So all that led me to coaching, and I discovered coaching. Even within coaching, I tried to do relationship coaching because that was it still is kind of my specialty. I'm really good at relationships, but my passion, what I love, what fills me up, what lights me up is manifestation and law of attraction. And, you know, I had coaches tell me, that's not a niche. You can't be a manifestation coach. That's not really a thing. But here I am and I'm doing it. And I quit my job in February, and I have been doing my job since then, doing my coaching, building my business. I've just hired a first person on my team, and it was a really great moment for me, because I didn't really think of it, but I was like, wow, I'm building a team, you know, me coming from being a waitress, you know, just a few months ago, and I'm here living my dream, changing people's lives, you know? I mean, more than anything, that is what is so amazing to me. When I speak to my clients and they really resonate with what I'm telling them, when my clients leave me testimonials and tell me how this thing that they've been wanting manifested for them, when how much their life has changed, how much peace they have, how they finally have that thing, how they're finally embracing their true self and their true desires. I mean, it honestly, it brings tears to my eyes every time that I get a message like that, because that's what I've always wanted. And so, yeah, that's my story, and that's how I became a manifestation coach. So yeah, and I guess Kiaria, you can give some more details about the boot camp. We just want to share. I mean, now you've heard our stories, but we want to teach you guys and give you guys some key things that we know as going through kind of the entrepreneurial journey, that we know will help you guys to get to the other side where you can quit your job and do your business full time, because it's 100,000% possible, you guys. If I can come from being a waitress, you know, Kiaria comes from everything that she went, people down in her, toxic work environments. It's a decision to put you first, and it's a decision to put your dream ahead of all that background noise and focus. So Kiaria, you can share about what we're going to be teaching these 3 days.
And one of the things that I like that you talked about is the family and friends. So a lot of my clients, they come to me like, I don't have support from my family and friends. They're not supporting my business. They're not supporting my goals and dreams. One of my clients, she came to me because I used to be a real estate agent, and she wanted to be a real estate agent, but her family told her no. They told her, don't go into that field. And she was so unhappy at her job, right? So me and her, we had a lot of sessions so she can overcome that. She had to eliminate the distraction. She had to build her confidence where she was able to say, hey, this is what I want to do, right? So now she's a successful real estate agent, okay? I had another client who came to me and was like, here, I see a group at 800. I see you go in your group. How are you doing that, right? So her group was at 40 people, and now her group within 7 days is over 100 people. And now she's getting paying clients who are buying her products, and she's getting her message out there in the world, right? So that's what this is all about. This is all about helping you get to where you want to be. So we're going to be hosting a 3-day boot camp. It's going to be September the 23rd through September the 25th. So mark your calendars, September 23rd through September the 25th. And we're going to be teaching on some of the things that we had to overcome. I had to overcome, and I still overcome, negative thinking, because the world has brought me down so much. People have brought me down, jobs has brought me down. And so I had to overcome the negative thinking, even to get to you guys, right? So we're going to talk about overcoming negative thinking. We're going to talk about getting outside of your comfort zone to promote and advertise your business, right? We're going to talk about taking your dreams and turning them into reality. It's possible. There is proof. You have Olivia and you have myself, who is living proof that we quit our jobs. I had somebody tell me I need $10,000 a month to quit my job. I said, well, how much is your job paying you? How much is your job paying you currently? And she was like, oh, I get paid $2,500. So why do you need $10,000 to quit? You need $2,500 to quit. But we'll get more into detail with that during this webinar. And so we're going to set some goals so you're able to get to where it is that you need to be. And Olivia, can you tell them more about what you're going to be talking about during this 3-day?
Yes, definitely. So for me, of course, since I'm a manifestation coach, I'm going to be coming from the manifestation, law of attraction, metaphysical side of things. And I mean, for me, to be honest, you guys, being very open with you all, when I quit, I didn't even have any clients. I quit on faith. And within, I want to say within the 2 weeks that I put my 2 weeks in, I had 2 clients signed to work with me, and it just started from there. So when you bet, the thing is, and I think something the pandemic has showed us is that we're willing to bet on these companies. We're willing to put our faith and our everything onto these companies, just like what Kiara was just talking about with, you know, oh no, I need this much to bet on myself, but I'm willing to take this much to, you know, to start from my job. My job's only paying me $2,500, but I need so much more because we have so much faith. But pandemic hit, everybody was jobless, you know? So why not? You already taking a risk. Take a risk on yourself and bet on yourself. So I'll be talking about getting clear, setting intentions for what you want. I'll be talking about opening up to possibility, because sometimes we keep ourselves small. We're afraid to even dream. We're afraid to even want, because we're already counting ourselves out before we even try, you know? And then I'm going to talk about also, you know, action steps that you can take, baby steps that you can take just to get started, get your momentum going, and get things rolling for you.
Yes. And can you tell us about a couple of your clients and what they've been able to manifest?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I've had a few clients quit their jobs and go full time with their business or join some business, just turning into entrepreneurs. I've had a client move to Costa Rica, and I've helped her manifest her home that she's staying in. I'm helping her manifest the home that she's building. I've had clients that have been in toxic relationship after toxic relationship after toxic relationship, finally start to create happy relationships and create different things in their life. Just tons and tons and tons of things that I hope my clients really just create, and really just getting in tune with here and really learning to master manifestation. Because when you master manifestation, nothing is out of reach. Everything is at your fingertips, everything really at your mind. You know, what you can conceive in your mind, you can achieve it, you can create it. And so that's what I like to teach, is just the basics of everything, so that you can take that and create beyond the problem that you come to me with. Everyone comes to me with something they want to create. But as we manifest that, I'm teaching them how to manifest anything so that they can take it on further in their life and create. Because guess what, guys? After you create your business, you're not going to be done. You're not going to be like, oh, this is all I want in life. You're going to want to scale that business up. You're going to want to do more. You're going to want to grow and expand. And manifesting, it helps. Definitely.
Yes. And one of the things that Olivia told me the other day when we were on the call, and I was like, I really don't understand something, and we're just talking about it, and she was like, you know why, Kiera? Because you have to do it until it's done. She said, you started a business, but you have to do it until it's done. You have to help the 100 women you want to help. You have to see and believe you're going to get the condo in Miami on the beach. You have to see and believe you're driving that Range Rover down South Beach. And you have to get it done. You have to get it done. So we are going to have a course that's going to help you. It's going to be a 3-day boot camp. And after this live, we're going to post the Eventbrite, so you guys can go ahead and get your tickets. The tickets for this 3-day boot camp is going to be $35. Now, this is like, how much do you think this value is? Like $1,200 value from people who
definitely. Definitely. You guys ask yourself, how much would you pay? How much are you willing to invest in yourself to actually not have to be at somewhere at this time? Be able to sacrifice time with your family, you know, sacrifice your dream, have people talking to you crazy. How much is that worth to you? You know, more than $1,200 for me. And I paid much, much, much more than that. So and I still pay. And the time, right? So next month I'm going on a vacation. The month after that, I'm going on another vacation. Why? Because now I have the time freedom. I don't have to ask permission to move my body. I don't have to do that no more. I'm not asking permission to move my body. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that. So you guys have a blessed night, and we will see y'all at our boot camp. Bye. Bye.